Alright, Shalom, Shalom, grace and peace to you brothers and sisters of Negro and indigenous descent. We are here for another history class, right? This pagan Friday night, Friday evening, night 17. According to the heavens, the sun, moon, and stars, right? Topic of tonight's class, the confusion of the holy feast days.
Right. Mainly the holy Sabbath. Sabbath is a feast day. It's not, separate, because they're trying to, brothers and sisters, well, it's mainly the brothers and the leaders that teach the nation of Israel, right, which is so-called Negroes, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indians. It don't matter what camp they're in, man. It's like, the confusion out here, and they're trying to separate the Sabbath from the other feast days and trying to put it on the island. That's why we got the title of the class is the confusion of the feast days. But we're really like honing in on about that Sabbath, man. The holy Sabbath. Why? Because it's the most sacred day. You know what I'm saying? Of all feast days, it's the most sacred day. You know what I'm saying? Even to worship the Lord on all. Let's get matter of fact, let's get that sacred real quick. What that is? First Maccabee or second? Let me check first. Oh, it's the second 6.
Second Maccabees chapter 6 verse 11.
Yep.
Right. Second Maccabees chapter 6 verse 11. And others that had run together into caves nearby to keep the Sabbath day secretly, being discovered to Philip, they were all burnt together, because they made a conscience to help themselves for the honor of the most sacred day.
Right. That's the honor of the most sacred day, man, the holy Sabbath, right? And that's not talking about Saturday, but that's the thing that these brothers are pushing. They're trying to put the Sabbath on the island by itself, and it's just it's just a, you know what I'm saying, like the Lord got it in Genesis 1. It's 1 through 7. That's it. 1 through 7. It has nothing to do with the moon. They're trying to say it like that, which makes no damn sense.
None.
If the Sabbath is a feast, let's get the Sirach chapter 43. Let's get that, and then we'll go to Leviticus. Right? Let's get this. I'll show this real quick. This is what, the beginning of this brother teaching, and it's the beginning of mine, that we had to understand. Okay, so we're talking about the Sabbath. We're talking about the feast of the Lord. How are they observed? How are they observed? Do we use a calendar? Do we make our own calendar? How are these feast days that the Lord have given to the children of Israel observed? You know what I'm saying? Did God draw a calendar out to Moses, and from then on we know how to mark a calendar out by hand? What happened? And we know back in those times they had sundials. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no damn calendar. It was sundials, and and this right here. Let's read that real quick, bro.
Right. Sirach and Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus chapter 43 and verse 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world.
Right. So and he made the moon to serve in her season. This is talking way back in Genesis, the 1st chapter. The Lord made the moon to serve in her season, which is night season, because the sun is for the day season. It rules the day. The greater light rules the day, and the lesser light rules the night, right? For a declaration of times, right? And a sign of the world. Check the next verse. Go ahead.
Verse 7. From the moon is the sign of feasts.
Read it again.
From the moon is the sign of feasts.
Spell that word feast.
F-E-A-S-T-S.
S, right? Plural. Not just one feast day. From the moon is the sign of feasts. Plural. All feast days. Go ahead.
A light that decreaseth in her perfection.
Right, and it's talking about the moon. From the moon is a sign of feast, right? And it's talking about not just one phase of the moon is a sign of feast. It ain't just one phase, because Camp IUIC, for instance, they'll say new moon is the full moon. And that's what this scripture is talking. They'll say this scripture is talking about the full moon. You know what I'm saying? At her perfection, that's when the moon is full. So this shows you your feast days. No, it don't show your feast days from one damn Phase? It has 30 phases to the moon. And your feast days are within those 30 days of the month. From the moon means month, right? Read the next verse real quick.
Right, verse 8. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven.
Right, so the month is called after her name. So the moon, like I said, has 30 phases to it. It's 30 days in a month. You get that in Genesis 7, Genesis 8, right? When you break down Noah, the rain being on the earth, and you know what I'm saying? We ain't going through that, but that's how we got that's one precept. You know what I'm saying? Witness to show 30 days in a month, and you got Revelations. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure we got another one like in Deuteronomy or something, right? Deuteronomy. You know what I'm saying? It's 30 days in a month, 30 phases in the moon. Moon means month, right? Yeah, we got it right there. 30 days. You know what I'm saying? Moon means month. Not every phase is a feast day. Certain phases of that moon, which is the month, the feast days are within, you know what I'm saying? Your Sabbaths are within your, hey man, you can't put the Sabbath outside of the month. It makes no damn sense, man. You know what I'm saying? 1 through 30, your weeks are within your month. Days and weeks are within your month, and your month is within the year. It don't make no damn sense when you talking about something. You know what I'm saying? The 7 that the Lord made in Genesis 1 is outside of the monthly count. That don't make no damn sense, man. No damn sense. And you call yourself having a new moon day at the beginning of the month, and then you say once new moon day come, they jump straight to wait till the first Saturday after the new moon. They don't even count. The brothers do not count, man. Matter of fact, IUIC had a new moon that just passed. The new moon, which is the full moon, it was yesterday. It was yesterday. Now, in the book of Genesis, like, see, if you go by their understanding, okay, Genesis 1 through 7, okay, your first day is new moon day, which was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? This evening coming in, they're not saying night 2. They're not saying day 2. This is the second night. They're not saying that. They're going to say this the beginning of the Holy Sabbath. That's what they're saying tonight, coming in. Right now, matter of fact, again, they're stirring, trying to get everything before the sun go down. And my brother's sick. I'm sick of this too, man. This is so sickening, man. Let's get the feast. So we've read that from the moon is sign of feast, right? Let's get the Sabbath feast day listed in Leviticus chapter 23, and every feast day of the Lord is not listed in Leviticus 23. So we have feast days that came into existence as history went forward. You know what I'm saying? History of the Israelites went forward, like feast of dedication. You know what I'm saying? The Purim, right? The feast of Nicanor. You know what I'm saying?
Destruction of Nicanor.
Destruction of Nicanor.
Right.
Well, not feast to Nicanor. Right. No damn feast of Nicanor. It's
Day
destruction.
of Simon.
Huh?
Day of Simon.
Day of Simon. See? You know what I'm saying? You have feast days that came along as the history prolonged. Sabbath is not set outside of these feast days. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get that. And by the way, new moon is not in Leviticus 23. But it's a feast day. You know what I'm saying? And they say all the feast of the moon is in Leviticus 23. Get the hell out of here. New moon itself is not in Leviticus 23. So that should kill all that dumb shit. Talking about separating, oh, it's outside. You know what I'm saying? The Sabbath is outside of the new moon feast days. Man, get out of here, man. You crazy. You brothers crazy, man. How come new moon is not in Leviticus 23?
But you go by the moon for Passover.
See that? Oh, you go by the moon for Passover. See that? Go by the moon for Passover, right? Go ahead, Leviticus 23. Let's.
Right, Leviticus 23 verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them concerning the feasts of the Lord.
Right, these are the feasts of the Lord. We cannot alter, bend, twist them whatsoever, man. Right? We can't, right? Matter of fact, hold that. Go to let me get that. Sirach chapter 33 verse 9, right? Alter. Let me get that. We can't bend, stop, or add to the feast of the Lord, take away from the feast of the Lord. You know that's adding. We know what the Lord say, adding and taking away from his word. You know what I'm saying? His laws. You know what I'm saying? Your name shall be removed. That's why we got to be careful with this. You know what I'm saying? This holy sacred feast day, which is the holy Sabbath, when teaching it. We're supposed to hallow his Sabbaths. know what I'm saying? They teach, don't, you know what I'm saying? The difference between pollution and the Holy Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Pollution would be damn Gregorian calendar BS. Talking about some Saturday like the Jewish man. Go ahead, bro.
Right. Ecclesiasticus chapter 33, verse 8. Right, altar, right?
Yes, sir.
By the knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts.
Right, and we're talking about the days. You know what I'm saying? If you go back to verse 7, what I do with one day excelleth another, when as all the light of every day of the years of the sun. By the knowledge of the Lord, they were distinguished. Every day was distinguished by the knowledge of the Lord. And he altered seasons and feasts. He set the seasons up, summer, spring, winter, fall, and he set the feast days in order. You know what I'm saying? Set time. They call appointed times. Appointed times. And what's the other one it's called, bro? Set feast.
Set feast, yep.
Set feast and appointed times. Meaning they can't be moved. They can't be moved. According to what? His ordinance, man. You know what I'm saying? The sun, moon, and stars, right? Mainly the moon. You know what I'm saying? Because from the moon is the sign of feast. So we just want to get that real quick. The Lord alters seasons and feasts. You can't move. These are the feasts of the Lord that we're reading in Leviticus 23. All right? You can't be talking about some of the Sabbaths is set apart from the other feast days. No, man. The Lord, that's not nowhere in the Bible where he said separate your Sabbath from the moon. You know what I'm saying? The monthly feast. Right? Go ahead, bro.
I'm going to read it again, right?
Yes, sir.
Leviticus 23, verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts.
Right. Even these are my feasts. And he's going to list the feast days. He say, even these are my feasts. The first feast it lists. Read, bro.
6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. You shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings.
Right, and those 6 days are where? 6 days shall you labor, shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest. You know what I'm saying? The seventh day where, though? We know your days are within your month. So where do these 6 days shall you labor or shall work be done come from? Do it come from the end of the month? The middle of the month? Where is it talking about? We know, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we have to start with the lowest number, right? 1. You can't start at 30 and count backwards. It's not talking about, you know what I'm saying? It have to be at the beginning of the month. But we know by default that, because wisdom is supposed to tell us new moon day is the first day of the month. This is the struggle of our people. They not getting this part right here. New moon day is day 1, which is a feast day. It's a feast day. It's not one of those days, 6 days shall work be done. Right? Let's hold this. Let's go to what is it? Damn. Psalms 81. Right. Psalms 81.
Psalm chapter 81 verse 3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our solemn feast days.
See that? So blow up the trumpet on the new moon. That's the beginning of every month. Day 1 of every month. You got 12 moons in a year. Every month, the beginning of the month by default is new moon day. Say, blow up the trumpet in the new moon in the time appointed. See, that time appointed is a set time. That the Lord said it there. We didn't set it there. The Lord put the new moon day at the beginning of every month, at the time appointed on our solemn feast day. It's not a day that we work. It's a feast day. Go ahead.
For this was a statute for Israel and a law of the God of Jacob.
See, that's a law. That's a feast day. It's a commandment. We know we don't, you know what I'm saying? New moon day. Now, and when you go into several other scriptures, it shows you can't work, buy or sell on new moon days, right? But you can cook. New moon is not a Sabbath day. This is another thing that's a discrepancy within our nation of people, man. They call saying new moon Sabbath. New moon is a Sabbath. It's not. New moon is a feast day. Sabbath is a feast day. Sabbath and new moon can't be the same day. If it was, you wouldn't have 6 days of labor. Ain't no 6 days shall work be done then.
Exactly.
It would be just, you know what I'm saying? It would just be a Sabbath, and that's it. Ain't no counting no days. It's Sabbath. 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 It's just, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no counting no days, man. Every day is a damn Sabbath then.
And then also,
If it's no days of labor.
There was no days of labor, and like how you were saying, New Moon Day and Sabbath Day are two different days. Simple being New Moon Day is the first day.
Yep.
We just read 6 days shall thou labor, and the what? 7th day is the Sabbath. So the 7th day and the first day can't be the same day.
Yeah. Yep. See? 7-1. Right? 7-1 can't be the same day. It can't be, but that's what brothers are pushing, right? So going back to Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 3, it says, 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest. Okay. 6 days shall work be done. Now we already made it. We already showed the proof in the scriptures that New Moon Day, like right we got up here, New Moon Day is day 1. It's a feast day. It's not a day of labor. One of those 6 days shall work be done. No, after the New Moon Day, you get a day and night season for New Moon Day, what some people call 24 hours, right? Then you go to your first day of shall work be done, which is the second day of the month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days shall work be done. That's 2 through 7. That's 6 days shall work be done. New Moon is not a work day. Your 6 days shall work be done comes after New Moon Day. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to get it. But it's only for the sincere. We ain't trying to make sure everyone get it. We make sure the sincere servants of the Lord get it. Right? It's up there in the air if they're going to, and the Lord's going to draw their spirit to gather them. You know what I'm saying? With his spirit. But 6 days shall you labor. 1, 2 through 7. And then the seventh day after New Moon, which is the 8th day of the month. See, that's the thing that you don't get. See, right there, we don't read on the 7th day of the month. There's a Sabbath of rest. It's not saying 7th day of the month.
Of the month.
So you don't know where that, because you got 4 Sabbaths within your month. So the Lord is expecting us to use our wisdom and understand what is he saying. You know what I'm saying? How to place your Sabbaths within your month. You have to know how to place your Sabbaths within your month by counting and observing, right? Counting and observation, right? Go ahead.
Psalm 90 verse 12.
Yes, sir.
Right? Psalm 90 and verse 12. So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom.
See? So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. We have to number our days, man. In order to get from 1 to 30. You can't just, like most brothers, this is what they're doing today. Whether it's the slit, they see the slither is the New Moon Day, the dark, so-called dark moon. I hate saying that. The darkest phase of the moon is the New Moon Day, which it is, or the full moon. You know what I'm saying? All the brothers outside of us, right? they keep their whatever they deem as New Moon Day, and then when the first Sabbath come up after New Moon Day, that's their Sabbath. It's no counting. Those 6 days of labor does not exist off of their tongue. They teach it. They'll teach it on the streets, or if they're sitting down with a brother and sister, they'll teach that. They'll say 6 days shall you see that? 6 days shall your work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath. That's talking about Saturday. But when they're, like I said, when they're what they deem New Moon come up, ask them what the next day is after New Moon Day. They'll never say day 2. They'll never say number 2, day 2. They'll never do that. Like I said, they keep this what they deem New Moon Day, and they wait for the first Saturday to come around, and they'll say, "Oh, Sabbath day." It can be 6 days, 6 days away from New Moon Day. It could be 2 days. Like in this case, IUIC, their New Moon Day was yesterday. Like I said, tonight they're saying Sabbath. No 6 days shall work be done. They're not counting. Period. They're not doing that right there. Using wisdom, like the Lord said in Psalms 90 verse 1. Let's go to 1 Chronicles chapter 23:31. Right, and that's that. Hey, man, you know, all we can do is just keep on trying to, I mean, make it plain to the true hearers. You know what I'm saying, of this word, man.
Right, 1 Chronicles chapter 23 verse 31. And to offer all burnt sacrifices unto the Lord in the Sabbaths, in the new moons, and on the set feasts.
On the set feast, go ahead.
By number, according to the order commanded unto them continually before the Lord.
Right, and we're not. The point is, it's not the sacrifices. The point is, when we did offer sacrifices unto the Lord, we offer them in the Sabbath, right? These are the days of worship: the Sabbaths, the new moons, and on the set feasts. The set feasts being the other feast days of the Lord, man. By numbering them, we numbered our days from day. You know what I'm saying? We can't. How do you get to 30, man? If you're not numbering or counting. How do you get the Feast of Passover? Feast of Passover on the 14th at even. It didn't say the 7th at even. It's not on the 7th at even. You know what I'm saying? Feast of Passover is not a Sabbath. Passover is not a Sabbath. They're thinking 7, 7. That's what they're thinking. 7 plus 7 is 14. That's not, you know, you're not, they don't, like I said, if you, this is what they're doing. They're doing, in their head, they're doing that, but they're not actually counting, but they're saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sabbath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What the piece of just talk about Passover. That's what they'll do. They do that like that. Missing that new moon day is a feast day. You cannot count it as a day of labor. That's there's man, it's hard to get that, you know what I mean? But still, it's because the Lord don't want them to understand, really. You know what I'm saying? Damn, man. You got something you want to say, bro? Bring out?
Yeah, man. Just well, would you mention the night season? Let's go ahead and just do that real quick. Jeremiah 33 and 20, right? Because you got a day season and a night season, like brother was showing. You made the moon to serve in her season. You know, rule of the night. That's what that's talking about. Just to get that out there real quick, man. And we'll get another one to do that.
Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 20. Thus saith the Lord, if you can break my covenant of the day and my covenant of the night, and that there should not be day and night in their season.
Right, so you have day season and night season. Like when the Lord made that covenant in Genesis chapter 1, right? You got day and night, right? And day and night season. So like Passover, you just mentioned. Passover is a what? Night season feast. It's not a day. It's not a day feast.
Right.
During the 14th day, that's prep day. We're prepping for the Passover that night, right? But the point is, night season, just showing that day season and night season, not just spring, summer, fall, and winter. You got a day season and night season.
Right.
Right? That has to be paid attention to, because in these scriptures, see, when you read verses like, okay, now let's just get one more. Day of Atonement. Let's go. Leviticus chapter 23. Leviticus chapter 23, and we can start at verse. It's talking about the Day of Atonement. So we can start at verse. Start at verse 27, and we'll jump down to 32.
All right, Leviticus 23, verse 27. Also on the 10th day of this month, this 7th month.
See that? Like how you showing us 30 days in a month. If it's just 7, how you get to the 10th day? Read on.
There shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you. And ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
So this Day of Atonement is the 10th day, showing that, you know, you got to count past 7. Right, now jump down to verse 32 and showing how, like I was just giving an example of morning and evening.
Right, verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month. At even.
At even.
From evening to evening shall ye celebrate your Sabbath.
Right. So see there it says, because we know we read it in verse 27, it says on the 10th day, right, shall be the Day of Atonement. But verse 32 it says, and it shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and you shall afflict your soul in the 9th day of the month at even. See that? So it's the 9th night and the 10th day.
Yeah.
Just showing numbers and showing day and night season.
Yeah.
Like you said, brother, you know, the sincere ones that are really trying to seek the Lord's face will be able to figure it out. Most are just going to stay confused, man. You know, the Lord, He's not the author of confusion. Yeah, I just want to touch that real quick.
Right. Let's go to John chapter 10 about the Feast of Dedication, man. Let's deal with that, man. Let's deal with that. right? Since you mentioned that, right, going, because it's 30 days in a month. Now, you can't, how do you get to the Feast of Dedication if it's just 7, 7, 7, 7 all year round? You know what I'm saying? You should, like we're like you were just saying, it wouldn't be a number 8. It wouldn't be a number 9 or 10 in the scriptures, man. These numbers, those other numbers should not exist if it's nothing but 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Like the brothers say, the brothers actually literally say this. It's 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7. That's it. It's very simple. They say it's very simple. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, man. 7 days in a month? Man, let's go.
Right, St. John chapter 10 and verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of the dedication, and it was winter.
Right? Read verse 23.
And Jesus walked in the temple in Solomon's porch.
Right, so it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication, and it was winter, and Jesus walked in the temple in Solomon's porch, man. And that's something that's also supposed to be observed when going to Solomon's porch. When did they go to Solomon's porch? When did they do that? You know what I'm saying? Go to the porch. They went to the Solomon's porch at the feast of the Lord, like mainly new moon, Sabbaths, and feast days. Let me get a few examples and show you, and then we'll go to the feast of dedication, right? First Chronicles 29:17 or Second Chronicles.
Yeah.
Second Chronicles 29 verse 17.
Second Chronicles chapter 29 in verse 17. Now they began on the first day of the first month to sanctify. And on the 8th day of the month came they to the porch of the Lord.
Right. So on the 8th day of the month came they to the... See that 8th day of the month. Mm-hmm. 8th day of the month came they to the porch of the Lord. Why was they sanctified? Because that was a custom in Israel. You know what I'm saying? Every month on the first day they start to cleanse the sanctuary, sanctify it. That's what it meant, that cleanse meaning. From the first day, meaning the new moon day, they cleanse it. Only the Levitical priest that was able to go inside the inner court. You know what I'm saying? The high priest that was going into the inner court. They would sanctify, like for this, in this instance, it would be Aaron and his sons. You know what I'm saying? That were the it's the high priest and his children, right? His sons after him. They could go inside the inner court, the holiest of the holiest, to sanctify from the first day to the 8th day of the month, right? And then they go to the porch of the Lord. 7 days they had to sanctify the temple, but the 8th day they went to the porch of the Lord. This saying 8th day they sanctified. Go ahead, finish it off real quick.
Right. So they sanctified the house of the Lord in 8 days, and in the 16th day of the first month they made an end.
Right, they made an end. Right, so the 8th day of the month they came to the porch of the Lord. Just want to get someone else. Let me see.
It didn't say 7 days. It didn't say 7th day of the month.
Right, it didn't say 7th day of the month. That's another point too. It doesn't say 7th day of the month. It says 8th day of the month. Why? Because like we said at the beginning, new moon day is day 1, which is a feast day. Your 6 days may work be done is after new moon day, which is 2 through 7. The 7th day after new moon day, which is the 8th day of the month, is your first Sabbath. Remember, the new moon day is not a day of labor. You cannot count new moon day as a day, one of those 6 days shall work be done. You cannot count it as that. Right. By default, it is a feast day. Your 6 days must work be done is after new moon day. 7th day after new moon day is your first Sabbath, which is day 8 of the month. Right? So they came to the porch of the Lord on the 8th day of the month, right? Let me go get another,
Okay, no, go where you gonna go. But see, it's showing another number, 16. See that?
16. It's right, 1 through 30. It's not 1 through 7. Ezekiel chapter 43. No, 46. My bad. 46. Let's start at 1.
Ezekiel chapter 46 and verse 1. Thus saith the Lord God, the gate of the inner court that looketh toward the east shall be shut the 6 working days.
Right, so the gate that looketh toward the east, which we worship towards, shall be shut the 6 working days. Go ahead.
But on the Sabbath it shall be open. And in the day of the new moon it shall be open.
And we know right here in this one verse, new moon day is listed at the end, right? We know new moon day is what? By default, the first day of the month. Right. It's showing that it's after your Sabbath and your 6 days shall you labor, but that's not the proper order. It's not in chronological order, right? We know new moon day is first day. We know your 6 days shall you labor is after your new moon day, and your first Sabbath of the month is the 8th day of the month. You know what I'm saying? And that's how, if you count those in that one verse, 6 working days, you know what I'm saying, the gate shall be shut. But on the Sabbath it shall be open. That's a total of 7 days. I'm sorry, 7 days. And in the day of the new moon it shall be open. That's a total of 8 days. That's a total of 8 days. And go read the next verse.
Right, verse 2. And the prince shall enter by the way of the porch.
By the way of the what?
By the way of the porch.
Right.
Of that gate without. And shall stand by the post of the gate. And the priest shall prepare his burnt offering and his peace offerings. And he shall worship at the threshold of the gate.
And he worship at the threshold. See, the Sabbath and the new moon days are days we worship the Lord, man. He worshiped, that's Solomon's porch. You know what I'm saying? That's the porch it's talking about. Worship at the gate, right? Go ahead.
Then he shall go forth, but the gate shall not be shut until the evening.
Right. Go ahead, read the next verse.
Likewise, the people of the land shall worship at the door of this gate before the Lord in the Sabbaths and in the new moons.
So we worship before the Lord in the Sabbaths and the new moons, right? You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of bringing that out was just mentioning like Solomon's porch, right? That porch. That porch, like when Christ went to the walk in the temple on Solomon's porch during the Feast of Dedication. Let's get those numbers real quick. The Second Maccabee chapter 4. Let's get those numbers real quick about Christ on this feast and the Feast of Dedication.
First Maccabees.
Is it first? Okay, First Maccabee.
First Maccabees chapter 4. And sorry, 52.
Yeah.
Right, First Maccabees chapter 4, verse 52. Now on the 25th day of the 9th month.
Right, 25th day of the 9th month. Go ahead.
Which is called the month Caslu.
No, September.
Caslu.
Right, and you can look that up. You can look up that and say, type that word, you know what I'm saying, Google it, whatever. And ask does Caslu mean September? You know what I'm saying? This is for you brothers that use that Gregorian calendar trying to keep your feast days of the Lord and count your Sabbaths. That's garbage, man. The Caslu will not show you that it's talking about September. That's not talking about September 25th, right? It says now on the 25th day of the 9th month. There you go. It's showing that it's more than just 7 days in a month. See that? 25. Well, this is 25th day of the month, right? Of the 9th month, to be exact. All right. You finished with that already?
In the 148th year, they rose up betimes in the morning.
Let's jump down to 56.
56.
Yes.
And so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days, and offered burnt offerings with gladness, and sacrificed the sacrifice of deliverance and praise.
Right. So when Christ walked in the temple on Solomon's porch, you know what I'm saying, in the Feast of Dedication, it was 8 days they did that, dedicating to the altar. It was a dedication to the altar, and it was symbolic for the Greeks when they came, and because this is the Greek captivity right here, right before Christ came on the scene, and they destroyed the temple and the altar and everything. They polluted it, and we had to tear it down and reconstruct it and rebuild it and dedicate clean animals and sacrifices unto the Lord, right, to purify the temple and everything, and the Israelites, and you know, so that's what that's symbolic of, the Feast of Dedication, of dedicating the new altar in the temple. 8 days. Okay, my bad. I want to do that too. 8 days from the 25th, right?
25th, yeah.
It said 25th from the 25th of the 9th month, 8 days. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it goes into a new month. It'll be the 10th month then. 7, 8, right? 8 days. It would be the second day of the 10th month, Feast of Dedication. That would be the last day of the Feast of Dedication.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then let me say this too, just like how we read Psalm 90 verse 12, teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. Also within Feast of Dedication, you got a Sabbath and a new moon day within the Feast of Dedication.
And 2 different months. You got the end of 9th month, which is the 29th, that Sabbath, that last Sabbath of the 9th month, and then you got new moon day, which starts off the 10th month.
And starts the winter season.
Yep, starts the winter season.
That's why when he says they kept the dedication and it was winter.
And it was winter.
See, if the last 2 days of dedication is winter.
Yep.
The first 6 days is fall.
Yep.
See, brothers they're not paying attention to these things.
If you're not numbering, according to Psalm 90 verse 12, so teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. You know, I don't even want to know how Saturday brothers count the Feast of Dedication. I don't know how they would count the Feast of Dedication. Because they're not saying it's the 25th day of the month. You know what I'm saying? They're counting from they'll probably count from a Saturday. Talking about some, you know, this Saturday is the beginning of Feast of Dedication, and it'll be over next Saturday. That's probably what they do. I don't know. I ain't gonna say that's actually what they do, but we know with the confusion that's out here right now, man, because it's, you know what I'm saying, brothers are doing plenty of sit downs, and I ain't gonna say we're doing, because I don't know why brothers don't want to come and deal with us, but they might hear it. They might hear the knowledge and wisdom coming up, how we understand and use the ordinance of the Lord that the Lord gave us to count our feast days. They probably hear it and like, hell no, I ain't dealing with that, man. We ain't dealing with that, and just brush it off like that, you know. But you'll have debates with these other brothers that's out here, man. You know, like what's one going on today with the brothers from Genesis and BOW, you know. Genesis being so-called lunar brothers, right? You know what I'm saying? Counting using the moon, right? Which they do a poor job at it. And then you got the Saturday brothers, BOW. You know what I'm saying? They use the Gregorian calendar. It's freaking pathetic, man. That we're still it's like this, but I guess this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not going to be broken down plain, because there's going to be a lot of confusion left in there because brothers go outside of the Bible.
Yeah, they go outside of the Bible with these different sources. Yeah, man. They're not keeping it, thus saith the Lord, man. You don't have to go nowhere else. We can do everything from here, man. Right here, man. Right? Let me get another one, go that one I was bringing out. So let's go back to Ezekiel. Start at 43. In verse 1.
Right, Ezekiel chapter 43, in verse 1. Afterward, he brought me to the gate, even the gate that looketh toward the east.
Right, and we just read in Ezekiel 46, the gate that looketh toward the east is the gate that we worship the Lord, you know what I'm saying, at Solomon's porch, right? The gate that looketh toward the east, that gate will be open, and it said in Ezekiel 46 and 1, it shall be open on the Sabbaths and in the new moons, right? This is talking about new moon day. This day 1. This is how you. But wisdom would tell you that if you precept upon precept using the Bible, right? Like we just said, Ezekiel 46 and 1 said the new moon and Sabbath, the gate shall be open, right? We're saying this is day 1, and the reason why we're saying that is jump to verse 22.
Verse 22, and on the second day.
Right, the second day. See that? On the second day. So that by default let us know that verse 1 was talking about day 1. Verse 22 is talking about day 2. Jump to verse 25. Or 26.
26. 7 days shall they purge the altar and purify it, and they shall consecrate themselves.
Right, and it's talking about the priest. Right? Jump up to 25. Read that one.
25. 7 days shalt thou prepare every day a goat for a sin offering. They shall also prepare a young bullock and a ram out of the flock without blemish.
Right, and they should do that 7 days. Remember, verse 22 was the second day. It said 7 days they shall do this, right? From the first day of the month, they shall do this 7 days. Go ahead, read verse 27.
27. And when these days are expired, it shall be that upon the 8th day, and so forward, the priest shall make you your burnt offerings upon the altar, and your peace offerings, and I will accept you, saith the Lord.
See?
Say the Lord God.
So it shall be upon the 8th day and so forth that the priest shall make your burnt offering. Who? The children of Israel. Because remember, they would be inside the inner court for 7 days. The inner court sanctifying, like we read in 2 Chronicles 29:17. You know, from the first day to the 7th day, they're sanctified inside the inner court. And they cannot come out or they would die. So that 7th day can't, the first 7th day of the month can't be a Sabbath. Or the high priest would die if they came out. You know what I'm saying? To teach the children of Israel, you know what I'm saying, and take their burnt offerings and burn it for them. They can't. It just said that they're supposed to burn their offering the 8th day and so forward. The Sabbath after the 8th day, you know. 8th day, 15th, 22nd, and 29th. That's the so forward that it's talking about. It shall burn your offerings. Let's go get this in the law, what we're reading right here. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 8. Right, because that 7th day, I mean, that 7, that thing is very, if you're not careful, you are going to, hey man, you're adding to the word, man. Y'all got to stop that, man. You got to pay attention, man. And I mean, damn, I'm tripping. Well, Leviticus is before Numbers. Right? 8 verse, let's get straight to the point. Let's go to 30. Let's go to verse 30, and then we'll jump down.
All right, Leviticus chapter 8, verse 30. And Moses took of the anointing oil and of the blood which was upon the altar, and sprinkled it upon Aaron, and upon his garments, and upon his sons, and upon his sons' garments with him, and sanctified Aaron and his garments, and his sons' garments with him. And
they do this on the first day, right? We're going to jump down until 33, right?
33. And ye shall not go out of the door of the tabernacle of the congregation in 7 days, until the days of your consecration be at an end. For 7 days shall he consecrate you.
Right? Jump to verse 35.
35. Therefore shall ye abide at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation day and night 7 days, and keep the charge of the Lord, that ye die not, for so I am commanded.
Right. So 7 days they're supposed to be at the, you know what I'm saying, in the inner court, and they shall not come out, man. You know what I'm saying? They come out the 8th day. How do we know? Read the first verse of chapter 9.
Right. Leviticus 9 verse 1. And it came to pass on the 8th day that Moses called Aaron and his sons and the elders of Israel.
Right. See, and this was a whole letter. Chapters, verses, and italics, all that got inserted in the time of King James, right? King James did that so it'll be easier to find things and learn, you know what I'm saying, the scriptures, right? And go and maneuver through the Bible. But this was just one, Leviticus was just one long letter. That's why it started off with the word and. And it came to pass on the 8th day, like we read back in Ezekiel 43, that's the first Sabbath of every month. That's when the priests make the burnt offerings for the children of Israel, and so forward for the children of Israel. The 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th, like we got here, right? And we're going to get that. Go jump to verse 3.
Verse 3. And unto the children of Israel thou shalt speak, saying, take ye a kid of the goats for a sin offering, and a calf and a lamb, both of the first year without blemish, for a burnt offering.
Right, and jump down to verse, the last two, right? The last two. And this is what happened, right, in those days, right? Because this was the 8th day of the month. This was the first Sabbath of every month. The 8th day, go ahead.
Verse 23. And Moses and Aaron went into the tabernacle of the congregation, and came out, and blessed the people. And the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the people.
And this going to let you know what the glory of the Lord is. Go ahead.
And there came a fire out from before the Lord, and consumed upon the altar the burnt offering and the fat, which when all the people saw, they shouted and fell on their faces.
Right, they shouted and fell on their faces. They worshiped the Lord. That was the 8th day of the month. This was in the wilderness when our people came up out of Egypt, man. When it was just the tabernacles. It wasn't even the temple which Solomon built. You know what I'm saying? This was the time of Moses, man. Tabernacle. Right? The 8th day and so forward, like we read in Ezekiel chapter 43, right? Because the priests could not come out those 7 days. So ain't no 7. Ain't no damn 1 through 7, man. That's what we're trying to show our people. 1 through, that's crazy, man. Crazy work. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the 8th day of every month is the first Sabbath, right? The first Sabbath. Just going through the little small, little simple class, man. Trying to help the understanding, help our people dodge that, you know, confusion out there, man. You know? You got something you wanted to say, bro? Bring that. It's a lot. I know it's a lot, man. But right, like I said, it ain't to clear up the confusion, because we're not going to be able to clear up the confusion. You know what I'm saying? Satan got that out there, and it's out there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord has stumbling blocks. You know what I'm saying? That so most of our people going to fall into and be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? By that polluting the holy Sabbath. It is what it is, man. It's like I said, it's for the ears of those that want to get some understanding and want to learn and want to know how to serve the Lord and keep the most sacred day, right, which is the holy Sabbath.
Which is Luke 6:1, just to put some out there, just to show like how you were saying, like how you get right. You show like in feast dedication, the month of Castle.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. No damn September.
Right.
Also, when we read this right here, we understand. Always keep, brothers and sisters, scripture we read a lot, and we have a clubhouse room called Holy Feast Day Keepers where we go through this. Right. Every new moon and Sabbath, 5 holy conferences, 5 times a month. We have a holy convocation to deal with this. But now, Psalm 90 verse 12, teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. Right? Read the top of that right there.
Right. Luke chapter 6 verse 1. And it came to pass on the second Sabbath after the first.
Now, see, you can start right there. Now, we got to use wisdom with that. Teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. Now, you got 2 options with this. We really don't. Right?
No, you got 1. Yeah.
You really only have one option.
But they think it's 1 Sabbath every month. That's what they think.
You see what I'm saying?
7. The 7. You know
7. Right? Now it says, and it came to pass on the second Sabbath after the first. Now, second Sabbath of July. Now that's what I'm saying it wrong. Second Saturday in July. That's not what the scripture is saying.
Right.
Second Sabbath after the first. Second Sabbath after the first. How many days in a month? 30.
Right.
The second Sabbath is day 15. The first Sabbath is day 8.
Yeah.
Teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. Brothers and sisters, no, this is not talking about the second Saturday of the pagan month.
Yeah. Sure.
That's not what this Bible is saying.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? That, and then if you want to touch Exodus chapter 16, just showing that, this is the first day. You shall, you know what I'm saying, in 6 days shall he gather twice as much.
Yeah, that's cool.
Such that. Just showing, again, it's an example of Psalm 90 verse 12. So teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. Some brothers and sisters get this. Some, it goes right over their damn head. Exodus 16 verse 1.
Yeah. Exodus 16 verse 1. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came unto the wilderness of Sinai, of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai. On the 15th day.
On the what day?
15th day of the second month.
Right.
After their departing out of the land of Egypt.
Now, the context of Exodus 16, this chapter we're reading, is the 15th day. The 15th day. Right? Now watch it. Jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5, and it shall come to pass that on the 6th day they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gathered daily.
Right. Now, context again, remember, reading verse 1, 15th day.
Of the second, of the month, though. It said of the month.
This one it says 15th day, right, of the second month. Right. This right here, and it came to pass that on the what day?
6th day.
Now, what's going on? 15th day of the month, and then you jump down to verse 5, it says 6th day. Teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. Before you get to the 6th day, you got to have what? The first day. So what's the first day after day 15? The 16.
Right.
What's the second day? 17. What's the third day? 18. What's the fourth day? Day 19 of the month. What's the fifth day? 20th day of the month. What's the 6th day? day 21 of the month. That's what that's talking about right there. And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day. That 6th day is day 21 of the month. After day 15.
Yep, that you gather twice daily. You gather twice as much.
Gather twice as much. Why? Because that's what we call prep day. Jump down to verse 22.
And it came to pass that on the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread.
That's day 21 of the month. Go ahead.
2 omers for one man, and all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses.
So that's the 21st day. Read on.
And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord.
So what's tomorrow? What's the day after day 21? Day 22, the 3rd Sabbath. Read on.
Bake that which you will bake today, and see that which you will see.
Why? Because it's prep day. Prepping for a Sabbath. Read.
And that which remaineth over lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
Leftovers. Why? Because we don't cook on a Sabbath. Preparation day. For the 3rd Sabbath, day 22. There ain't no 7. Where's the 7 here?
See that?
That's day 15 to day 22.
This is so serious, man. But dealing with that 15th day, let's go, because you know that was a holy Sabbath. That is a holy Sabbath. They came on the 15th day. The 22nd day was the next holy Sabbath, right? And they gathered twice as much bread on the 21st day. Let's go to back to Leviticus. That just caused me to remember that. I wanted to bring this one out too before we end this class. And all praises that you brought that out and made me remember about that, because we're in the Feast of Tabernacles right now. So I just wanted to bring that out. 34.
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 34. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 15th day of the 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord.
Right. So the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. So we're talking about the 15th day. Go ahead, read the next verse.
Verse 35. On the 1st day shall be an holy convocation. You shall do no servile work therein.
You see that right there? Why? It's a holy Sabbath. It's a high holy Sabbath, because not only is the Feast of Tabernacles the very first day, but it's the 2nd Sabbath of the month. It's the 2nd Sabbath after the first, like you had read in Luke 6 and 1, right? The 15th day is the first holy convocation of the tabernacles. You shall do no servile work therein. Now we're going to jump down. 39. There we go.
Right, verse 39. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days.
Right.
On the 1st day shall be a Sabbath.
See that? And that's that 15th day. The first day is the 15th day. That shall be a Sabbath. How holy? Because the first day of Feast of Tabernacles. Go ahead.
And on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath.
And on the 8th day it shall be. See that? And on the 8th day, it was said the 15th day, which is the first day, it shall be a Sabbath, right? And on the 8th day, you're gonna count 8 from the 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8th day it shall be a Sabbath, which is day 22 of the month, of the 7th month to be exact. So 15, 22, those are holy Sabbaths. Just wanted to get that, because I don't never really hear Saturday brothers bring out that part right there, that 39, that verse 39, and try to give the sense on it.
They can't.
And also on the 15th day, because everything is 7. 7 times 7, or 7 times 2, or 7 plus 2 is what? 14. You know what I'm saying? It's not making sense in their calculation in their head. They're like, what the hell? 15th day, 15 days, the first day shall be a Sabbath. And on the 8th day it shall be a Sabbath. It's not saying 7. That definitely screwed them up. When it says 8th day, they don't want to read that.
That's why they try to separate it.
Yep.
That's why they try to separate the 7 from the month.
They do not want to read that.
They can't line it up.
Line it up, bro. It can't line it up. So we have to exclude it from, you know, ooh-wee. And that is Exodus 16, what you had brought out. That's actually a month where it's a day season first. See, and that's another thing these Saturday brothers can't grab. They're always saying evening to evening all year round.
Even the Lunar brothers saying
and yep, even the brothers who say they're their lunar brothers say that too, evening to evening. When some months the Lord will cause alter this the moon to be created in a day season. He'll alter it, man, where it's not made new in the I said created, where it's not made new during the evening, but it's made new during the day season. Where you go day season first, then night season last, right? And the scriptures that say that, right? Let me get one. Sirach 18. Oh, you had something right now that you want to bring with that understanding that I was just bringing out.
No, I was good. I was just looking at number 29. You know what I'm saying? Because Tabernacles.
Oh, okay.
You want that 8th day in there, but we good. Sirach 18:26.
Right.
Right? Sirach and Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus chapter 18, verse 26. From the morning until the evening, the time is changed.
Right. From the morning until the evening, the time is changed. Go ahead.
And all things are soon done before the Lord.
Why? Because like it says in Sirach chapter 8, 33:9, it says he alters seasons and feasts. That's right. Is that 8? 8. Okay. 33:8. You say he alters season and feast. From the morning until the evening, the time is changed. By who? The Lord. He alters season and feast.
Right.
And all things are soon done before the Lord. Why? Because it's his will to do it. Go ahead.
27. A wise man will fear in everything, and in the day of sinning he will beware of offense.
Go ahead.
But a fool will not observe time.
And we see that? Fools will not observe time. Not talking about the end time, talking about end time prophecies. We ain't talking about that. We're talking about observe the time that the Lord put inside the firmament with the sun, moon, and stars. You know what I'm saying? They're not. A fool won't observe that and understand that it's not always evening and morning was the first day all year round. No, it's sometimes it's like we just read. From the morning until the evening, the time has changed. It's morning and evening certain months. When the Lord altered it like that, it's not always evening to morning. All right. All praise to the Most High. I just want to bring that out. But we got other scriptures to back that up. But I ain't got to drag it on. You know what I'm saying? But point is, you know what I'm saying, the confusion in the feast days. You know what I'm saying? That not knowing or knowing, and some of my people notice. They notice and they're deliberately doing it. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that the Lord created the sun, moon, and stars to be the timepiece to govern our feast days, and not only our feast days, to know what season and times of the year we're in, like summer, spring, winter, or fall. You can't do that with the Gregorian calendar, right? They got you going into damn what that is, equinoxes and stuff.
Spring equinox, yeah.
Equinoxes and all kind of crap, man. Right? So all praise to the Most High. I'm just end it on that.
Right. All praise Shabbat Shalom again. Holy Feast Day Keepers on Clubhouse.
Not Shabbat Shalom, but
huh?
you said Shabbat
I said Shabbat Shalom.
Yes, sir.
My bad for that, because ain't no Shabbat Shalom. It's 9:17.
Right.
Right, but we got a holy feast day, Holy Feast Day Keepers on Clubhouse where we go through this thoroughly. Right.
All praise.
Shalom.